Hey, how y'all doing? It's been a minute since I've recorded anything. As y'all know, my phone sucks, and it takes like a whole day to render like a 12-minute video, and that's what it was the last time. But yeah, that's my truck, single bunk, I have it. I don't care to explain any more than that, besides the fact that whenever I got it, it had some, at first I thought it was like, sorry, my truck was shut off. Um, at first, I thought it was like some sort of electronic issue, which it is, because it was a sensor. It was a speed sensor, like I thought as well, that went out on, I think, my back right tire. And what it did was it caused my cruise control to stop working, ABS light, traction control, and that it didn't affect the driving factor. Besides the fact I couldn't use my cruise control, but it was all right. I got it settled. I went to the Appleton terminal, and for those of you who don't know, I work with Rail. They have one of their terminals in Wisconsin. So, well, actually, no, that's where I got the truck. And then I told them about the issue during my first load, which my first load, whenever I was picking it up, it went well. It wasn't a long haul or anything. It was just from, where was it? Schofield, Wisconsin to Kenosha, Wisconsin, which is like right outside of um, Milwaukee. So not a long drive at all. And I'll get to that part. That load, it wasn't a complicated load to secure, but it was a little tricky. And I'll give you the reason why. Um, you know, any what the commodity was it was I was told they were fans, aluminum fans, but no, they're aluminum ductwork, and the receiver told me that. So regardless of what it was, I knew that it was a commodity that, of course, like any of them, you just don't damage them. Secure them enough to where they're not damaged or anything, but the ducts are secured in wooden crates, and I've dealt with those like one load before that, and I knew cannot you can't tighten down the straps too much with too much force, or the crate will bow, and then once it bows, then it'll hit the commodity, and especially if it's aluminum, it's gonna screw it up. So I was careful, and don't ever feel afraid. Like there was another rail driver there. Even if it's not a rail driver, don't be afraid to ask other people's opinion. Just humble yourself. This job will tell you straight up that, well, it won't tell you. You'll just figure it out. But you have to humble yourself. You can't act like you're a boss. Oh, I used to drive yard dogs. My dad was a truck driver, whatever. Like, you don't know until you're actually in it. Maybe you do. I don't know. I mean, if you've come in with experience, good. But I'm just saying, for me, I had to humble myself. But anywho, I secured it, but I was like, okay. Because there's a crate that was taller in height than the rest of the crates. It was like an uneven load. So I went up to a guy that was, with his trainee. I was like, hey, who's the trainer around here? And he's like, me. And I was like, hey, can you please, I need your advice on something. So I brought him over there, and I was like, what do you think? He's like, actually, it looks really, really well secured. You're accounting for forward movement, backward movement, and sideways movement. But I still didn't feel okay about it, to be honest with you. Because what I needed to do from the get-go, because that taller commodity was like, I think it's like, if it's over 6 feet, that's when you need to, it's best if you twist those straps. And obviously what I mean by that is whenever you're about to hook the strap, down underneath the trailer, you now I don't remember what my trainer taught me, but I figured that I should twist the strap twice, because you can't hook the strap, the hook part facing the other way. So you need to twist it twice in order for that to work. So of course, I found that out the hard way. I was a dummy, and I was like, you know what, it'll be fine. But I believe that now this commodity, this whole load, was not more than 3,400 pounds. It was less than that, actually. I mean, these were aluminum ducks. So, aluminum just doesn't weigh that much. And especially if it's like spread out on your trailer. I mean, my fifth wheel, the pressure on it, it didn't even move, to be honest with you. So anyways, long story short, whenever I got to the Marshfield terminal because before that I discussed with my fleet manager that, hey, my truck's having issues. So anyways, got to Marshfield, and I noticed 2 of the straps were very loose. 3 of them. I've never dealt with such a light commodity, so I'm sure the reason why. So this is because, they move on your trailer. So, and I sent in my picture and everything. The fleet managers, whoever, approved it. They didn't, say anything about it. I put it on my edge protection, I tightened it as much as I could. But I feel like with those loads, that's a periodic, safety check kind of thing. And here's where I'll get to that point. Anyways, long story short, my truck got fixed. Whatever, great. Got to experience the cruise control. That was fine and dandy. I was actually apparently late for my drop-off appointment. It wasn't an appointment. It was like a window. And you guys just don't ever make the mistake of not calling your receiver. You should always call your receiver, your shipper. If you this morning, I have an appointment for 8 o'clock, which I will not be late to. I'm going to be early to that one. But I don't want to be too early because I don't want to take up any room outside of their facility. I'm not sure if you can park outside of the plant, so I'm going to definitely call them. I'll be like, hey, and don't tell me you have an appointment, because normally they'll just say, well, come, when your appointment is due. I'm just going to say, hey, how early will you take pickup? And, the worst thing they can say is why, and leave me alone, don't call again. I mean, who cares? They don't know you. You don't have to say, I'm so and so. You could just say, I'm curious. And if they ask, say your name and just say you're curious, But anyhow, I feel like I can't even see my eyes. I feel like I got black holes in his eyes because of the way this lighting is. Okay, so where was I? Again, I jump around topics, and I know people are probably really annoyed with that, and that's why I don't have any subscribers. So where the hell was I on this story? I was on, okay, don't be late for it. Just, ask, because I didn't know. I was like, okay, because I remember, people that are experts saying that gives you a window of time. And I told myself I wasn't going to be later than 9 o'clock, which would have been fine, honestly. But that's why you pre-plan, or you trip plan, rather. And I actually did trip plan. But my problem was my straps kept on becoming loose. And I saw that. I kept on looking at my mirrors, periodically, an obsessive thing. I could not stop. And of course, I was paying attention to the road too. But I'm just saying, seeing those straps flap like that really scared me. So I had to make 2 safety checks in a matter of 120 something miles, which is, well, no, it was like close to 200 miles. But anyways, so in the first safety check, I kind of screwed myself up because see what it was I was freaking out about how bad it was flapping back there, and I saw like an edge protection fall off. So, oh my gosh, I've got to get off of this road now. I was kind of freaking out. I was like, what the heck? Because, like, this is my first delivery. So, anyways, I pulled off, not on the side of the road. I saw, like, a sign for diesel. Again, it said truck travel. It said travel, whatever. And honestly, like, that probably just meant for, like, regular diesel trucks, of course. But I didn't care. I was like, I'm going to find some place to pull off. I don't care how long it takes. I'll call my fleet manager. I'll tell him what's going on because I don't want to, I don't want to screw this up. So anyways, I pulled into, I think it was outside of Stevens Point, Wisconsin. So I pulled into that area, and I saw some, like, I didn't know, I forget what kind of grocery store it was. It was some sort of food market or something. And I knew in the back of the building that they received trucks. And I was like, well, what better place to do a safety check than a place where other trucks are delivering? I mean, that's probably a really bad idea, but I'd rather go there than a little cramped up fuel station, a grocery store. Like, there was an Aldi's food marketplace. All the other places just did not seem, they didn't look appropriate. So I pulled into that place. I secured, I was worried that somebody was going to come out there yelling. But honestly, what I would have told them was, I'm so sorry. It was an emergency. And I just felt like I had no other choice. I'm so sorry. Like, and if they told me to get out of there, honestly, I wouldn't say no. But I would have said, okay, just let me secure this real quick. Call my fleet manager, tell them what's up, and then say, hey, can you find me a safe place to secure this? Like, you can call your fleet manager, you can call safety. Don't feel like they're going to yell at you. They might yell at you more so if you don't do that. This is just for company drivers. But anyhow, yeah, I secured it. I thought I did. I twisted some of the straps. And honestly, I should have twisted the taller items, the ones that were over 6 feet. I didn't. So anyways, long story short, the same thing didn't happen. I didn't lose any edge protection and stuff, but the straps were wiggling around again, and I was like, oh my gosh. I got like maybe, and not to mention, whenever I pulled out of that place, like, I couldn't make a left. There was a median there. I had to take a right, and stupid co-pilot was trying to, of course, get me turned around, which is good, but, do not rely on it. Don't rely on that crap. Use your head, because she was trying to take me down some, unessential, like, routes that were for, like, four-wheelers, and it said no trucks allowed. I was not about to take that. So I figured that, because in Wisconsin, now you Wisconsins can tell me if I'm wrong, but they're like these weird country roads. Now, I always thought it was like counties. I was like, why are they naming their counties like Q and W and whatever? But I think they call some of their routes like those names. So it's like County Road W, County Road X. So I think I turned on County Road Q. And not a mistake, but the damn road was so narrow. Luckily there were like no cars on this road, and it didn't say trucks weren't allowed. I had to do what I had to do, and I knew, because I remember seeing that road, and it was setting me back, because I remember seeing the road whenever I turned off at that location. like 3 miles behind me, from wherever I turned off. It's like, okay, I know this road will lead up to the interstate. So that's what I did. Did that. Very scary. I wouldn't, but the thing is, like, what do you do in that situation? Do you just let it ride? Like, oh, okay. Especially a commodity that light, I just didn't feel comfortable. So anyways, did what I had to do. And then eventually my second safety check came up, and I just twisted all the straps it helped. Nothing was moving around, it wasn't giving me a panic attack. So it went well. And honestly, whenever I got to my receiver, I called them before and I said, I'm so sorry, I'm late. Don't, it's my first day. And they're really understanding. Like the guy, we were joking, I was asking him about his life. He was asking me about my life, yada, yada. Being cordial to each other. And he actually helped me put up all my straps, which is very nice. So, just be kind, be courteous. Usually, I'm not saying in all cases, because I think the makeup helps, to be honest with you. So, guys, start putting on makeup before you go to these shippers and receivers. I think it will help you out. But it was a good day, even though a lot of drastic, crazy crap happened. And to be honest with you, I don't want to carry anything like that again. But even if I do, I know how to secure it, like, properly this time. So yeah, that's what happened. I was trying to think of what else I was going to talk to you guys about. Oh, yeah, I am about to go to Michigan City. I'm in Gary. So it's like 6:02 right now in the morning. I'm gonna leave here in like 30 minutes probably. I'm not too worried about traffic because I've been around those areas. It's not like there's nothing, basically no traffic, because you're not going towards Chicago or anything. So I'm not too worried about it. But I'm definitely gonna be on time for sure. And then it's going from Michigan City to Cincinnati, Ohio, close to 300 miles away, which is cool. I like the long routes. One weird thing that happened to me, especially women, watch out, because there's some creepy guys out there, creepy trucker guys. A lot of them are nice and respectful, and this wasn't like a weird disrespect, but it made me feel really uncomfortable. I was going towards the Gary terminal from that receiver in Kenosha, and I was like, for at least 10 miles, I was being stalked by this trucker dude. He was like following me. Well, not following me, but he was like adjacent to me, and I was like, why is he not past me? And then I was like, oh great, he's just staring at me, and that makes me feel really, really uncomfortable. And before he did that, I remember I was dancing, and I don't remember whether or not he saw me, but like, I just did not feel comfortable with that. But if that ever happens, like, if you're able to, call someone if it really makes you feel uncomfortable. But honestly, I wasn't too worried about it. I was just like, just gonna go look straight, not give him any eye contact. He's like beeping his horn and stuff, and people shouldn't do that. Like, especially if you're driving, like, don't do that. And I was coming into Chicago traffic, which is 294, so it wasn't that bad. But anywho, just go with the flow and go straight. If you have to, slow down. Find an escape route, whatever you need to do. But it's not a big deal unless they like straight up follow you. I wasn't gonna think anything of it, but I'm just saying, like, just be careful out there, ladies. And men too. I mean, I'm sure it happens with males as well. But yeah, I'm gonna put this video up. I know it was incredibly boring. I'm not taking any adventures. Just in my truck, and camera quality is crappy as usual. But you guys have a great day. If there's any advice you'd like to lend me, let me know. If there's any advice I can give you, yeah, I'll be here. All right, y'all take care. Bye.